When you do not enjoy spending time with each other again, and you begin to prefer the time that you are apart, then the marriage might not last. As a couple, you are supposed to enjoy each other's company. You should never get tired of spending time with each other, or dread seeing each other. Every time you are together, it should be a time that you will always look forward to. If you enjoy spending your alone time and never look forward to spending time with your partner, then there is an issue. Every time you are together, the atmosphere is always gloomy and awkward to the point that you cannot wait to just get away. You cannot think of one fun time that you enjoyed with them as much as you both care about each other. With them, there is always nothing to talk about, and neither is there effort to keep the bond going. When all you wish for is to just be apart from your spouse, then the marriage will not last because, in marriage, you are always around him or her. It is normal to feel angry once in a while towards your partner. You are both two completely different people from different backgrounds and experiences. You will most likely have one or two misunderstandings, but you should know that there is something wrong when the two of you are always having arguments. A day cannot pass that there would not be something that will make you angry concerning your spouse. If you are with someone who you are constantly angry with or who is constantly angry with you, then there is a problem. They are unable to identify your good qualities, and everything you do makes them angry, or everything they do makes you angry. Every relationship has a point of conflict, but it is how this conflict is handled that matters as to whether the marriage will last or not. You're both meant to be able to handle some behaviors and not always get angry. If this anger continues into the marriage, it can ruin the marriage. There would be no day of peace in the home. It will come to a point that you both would not even enjoy being with each other, because every time you come together, you would not be able to be together without arguing about anything. This will end up hurting the marriage. You should not go into a marriage where you both argue so much that it has become a tradition for the both of you. Respect and trust are two important qualities of a successful marriage. It is a foundational requirement before deciding to be with someone for the rest of your life. For the relationship to work, the spouses must respect each other. You may not always agree with their decisions or beliefs about particular things, but you should always respect them. You should never dismiss the feelings of your partner no matter how the situation might be. It might be so obvious that your opinion is better than theirs, but you should never make them feel that way. In a relationship where you are not respected, you should not be a part of it. Also, trust is a building block in a relationship. If you both do not trust each other's decisions or actions, there would be a dispute. When spouses do not trust each other, there would be trouble in the marriage. If you cannot leave your spouse and trust them to do the right thing, then there would be an issue with the marriage later on. You would keep looking over your shoulder, waiting for them to make a mistake, because you do not trust what they will decide. This is a sign that the marriage would not last if you go ahead with it. If you are going to build a future with someone, you need to be able to communicate about spending and saving. Your spouse has to be able to talk about their finances with you. This should not be an uncomfortable thing to do, but something that you both will tell each other about. Financial goals, management, and plans are something that you both should be free to talk about, no matter how it might be. In marriage, you are both to spend the rest of your lives together. That means you both should be familiar with everything surrounding each other's lives. Your finances also bring you together. This does not necessarily mean joint bank accounts, but how to manage your finances so that you would take care of things that matter. Having these conversations helps you to be familiar with the project that your spouse might want to take up in the future. But when you do not know them, they make decisions without you which will later affect you both. Sharing your lives means approaching joint finances as a team, and which means having joint expenses and savings. Anyone that is too secretive about their finances to you, as much as they are about to get married to you, is not right. They should be able to speak with you freely about these types of things if they plan to end up with you. When you both get angry, apology and forgiveness should come smoothly because of the love you share for each other. This should not be a problem when there is a misunderstanding or argument. One person finds it hard to apologize and the other finds it hard to forgive. It should not be hard for you to apologize to your spouse. Whether you are the one at fault or not, it should never be hard for you to apologize. An apology has a way of making the anger of the other person subside and bring peace. Your spouse should also have the ability to apologize. Also, you should be able to forgive. People will make mistakes, are making mistakes, and will keep making mistakes. If you hold everything and do not let them go, the marriage will not be able to last, because that wrong that you cannot let go of will keep coming back to haunt the relationship. If you are about to marry a person who cannot forgive you or apologize to you, then the marriage will not rest. Those are two things that signify humility and readiness to make the relationship grow into something meaningful and special. Ego coming in between a workable solution is a widespread problem in marriages. All it does is push a marital relationship to the point where there is no love in marriage. When the relationship begins to feel forced, then something is wrong. When you stop trying to make the relationship work, it shows that you are no longer in the relationship. Everything begins to feel like it is taking too much effort for it to work. You have become so tired of trying to build your relationship with him or her. You stop communicating, and you stop showing signs of affection for each other. You no longer talk with each other like you used to. Now, when you are having a conversation, it seems like you are no longer flowing with each other, and you are talking to a stranger. You stop nurturing the relationship and completely give up on trying to make it work. You no longer are interested in the things that you do together, but now they seem like a burden to you. Your heart is no longer in the relationship, and you do not feel the way you usually feel before. This is where you are meant to leave. If you decide to go ahead with the relationship into marriage, it would not last because the bond is no longer there. Now, being in a relationship is more of a job than your heart to you. In this situation, you have to get out of the relationship.